I, Bill de Blasio, Mayor of the City of New York, do hereby proclaim Monday, October 30th, 2017 in the City of New York as Know Your Value Day.
Welcome to Talking Live. I'm Dr. Robi Ludwig here at the Know Your Value Conference at the Grand Hyatt. We are going to interview Mika Brzezinski, who inspired it all with her best-selling book, Know Your Value. Come join us.
Ladies, Mika Brzezinski!
We are here with Mika Brzezinski for the Know Your Value Conference at the Grand Hyatt. I am enjoying it so immensely, and as a therapist, I certainly realize the value of what you are doing. It is really, really powerful. What got you to write about this topic in the first place and then turn it into a conference?
Well, I wrote about it because I thought the struggles that I had at work with my own value and communicating it effectively was something that I could share, sort of like what not to do. And then the book took off. And a lot of women that I interviewed for the book were very powerful, successful women. And we really related on every level. Like a lot of them had gotten to where they had gotten despite these issues. And when the book came out, people were coming up to me everywhere. Read your book, I got a raise. I read your book, I got a raise. Women from all walks of life were saying it to me. And so I realized I needed to do more, and I wanted to find a way to really play it out for women on stage in an approachable, accessible, tool-driven way. So like tomorrow, they can go and live differently and communicate differently and feel better about how their own value in the workplace when they're at work.
Do you think this affects women in a more powerful way? And if so, why? Because I noticed most of your conference is really addressing women. And women do have a hard time talking about money in the workplace and negotiating. I know I do.
Yeah.
I'm glad I have an agent.
Yeah. Yeah, but I will suggest that that's not the right attitude.
I have the wrong attitude, people.
Oh my God, I'm giving her advice.
Yes, it's a good thing. No, it's a good thing.
So here's the thing. I have an agent who seals the deal. Joe and I talk for ourselves in negotiations. I speak for myself. I cut my book deals. If you can't speak for yourself, how in the world is an agent going to speak for you? If you can't, because you can't communicate to that agent what he or she needs to get across, because you can't. So the bottom line is it comes back to you. You've just paid 25% of your salary to have someone else do something you can't do, so he can't do it that well.
Do you think it's a self-esteem issue, or do you think we need to be educated about how to negotiate? Because I'm amazed at how confident men are at asking for what they want when it comes to finance.
You go in there saying, this is what I can do for you, and you know what, I probably can do this. In fact, I know I can. And you got to give me the chance so I can show you the value I can bring to the table. And by the way, you know, or if you're already there, you're paying this person this much, you know what? You're going to have to do the same for me or better because I'm better than him. And here's why. You've got to be able to say these things, and you've got to be able to find your own approach. Because ultimately, even though it feels so untoward, because you ask why, is it a confidence thing? I think it's a societal thing. I think it's a psychological thing. I think we feel like it's very inappropriate to be talking about money for ourselves. Like people won't like us and they'll think we're inappropriate. Think about how dumb that sounds. Like, first of all, it doesn't matter if anybody likes you in the course of a negotiation, and in most cases, in a successful negotiation, they don't like you. They're trying not to pay you, and you're trying to get them to pay you. That's not a great relationship at the moment. But in terms of the big picture, if they value you, if they respect you, the friendships will come. Don't worry about them in the moment. And I think we worry about the wrong things. We worry about what people are going to think of us and whether or not they like us. And that literally wastes money. You may as well just throw money on the table and walk away.
What are you hoping women will walk away with from this conference, knowing from this conference?
Inspiration to immediately change the way they conduct their business.
I love it.
A tip sheet with like a list of things they want to check off tomorrow.
Well, you are really providing a wonderful service. It is really a blessing. And thank you so much for granting me this interview. And I hope we have an opportunity to work together again.
I would love to.
Yeah. We'll figure out a way.
We close the day with the Grow Your Value bonus competition. 3 women who we coached, dressed, and supported as they pitched live and learned what it feels like to put it all on the line.
We are with the final contestants. Now they are competing here to win a grand prize. It's something like, what is the grand prize? It's $5,000? $5,000. So there's a lot here that they are working towards. We're going to meet them and find out what they've learned so far. Welcome, so nice to meet you. I'm going to ask you to tell me all of your names first, okay?
Jennifer Scherer.
Tiffany Hamilton.
Barbara Ginty.
Okay. How does it feel to be here?
It's amazing. It's super, super exciting. It's energizing. And it's nerve-wracking all at the same time.
Why don't you tell me what motivated you to apply for this, contest and to really work towards knowing your value?
Well, for me personally, I felt like I was sort of in a transition phase because I've been a stay-at-home mom. I've been doing things at home, but I recently started a business a few years ago. And for me, I felt really proud of myself for that, but there was parts about that whole process that I felt like I knew I was holding back and I couldn't figure out what was wrong. And I watched Mika and Joe every morning. So I knew about this contest and I'm like, that might be perfect for me. So I took a chance. I applied and here I am.
How do you think you're going to use the information you learned here in your everyday life?
I'm in a transitional phase where my value is changing as far as because my children are growing up. So it's been hard for me to understand that I have a new role. I'm still very valuable, but I have the time and the energy to put into something else. So Liz gave me the tools to help my brain, kind of wrap around that, and it's really exciting.
It sounds like you now have permission to give to you with a bit more freedom.
Yes.
And I think from the sessions that I got from Liz and even today is I'm going to talk less and do more. And so what I will share with others is to talk less and to do more, taking all the rich nuggets and sharing it, with other women, but then also reminding myself to create that space to reconnect to this moment, reconnect to the nuggets and the seeds that were sown today so I can continue to grow.
Fantastic.
I think that going forward, I've already started to use it, as they have said as well, both in my professional life, but also personally is important. You can learn in both aspects of your life and put that into play, but not focusing so much on my weaknesses. Those aren't the obstacles, but really harnessing my strengths and leveraging that going forward.
I think that's fantastic. Congratulations, guys. Thank you.
And so the winner of the Know Your Value, Grow Your Value bonus competition is
Tiffany!
Okay, I have to thank you for this opportunity. You're an example of why we women need to open the door for each other, have those difficult conversations. So I'm here because of you, and I thank you for that.